The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Yeah, sure. What do you got for me?
Pretty simple how this works out. A nozzle's a person who's a little bit of a dickhead, I guess one way of putting it. We don't want to say dickhead too often, but so nozzle, not a nozzle. Let's start with this one. Pete Alonso, nozzle or not a nozzle for his little situation with a rookie Mason Wynn.
Well, he was running pretty comfortably in the nozzle population for a while now, caring too much about the home run contest and just kind of being a dick. But when some rookie comes up and gets their first hit as a major leaguer and you throw that ball into the crowd, that could be one of the bigger dick moves a guy can do in professional sports. I'm trying to think of something that's equally as bad. Like that's just being a fucking dick.
Yeah, especially being an established major leaguer like Alonso is, and knowing that how hard it is to make the major leagues and how far you got to come to get to the level that he's at, and then have a kid coming up. Yeah, it wasn't he didn't rip a home run or double down into the gap. It was an infield hit down third base. I think it was.
It's a hit. Yeah.
It's a hit. It's going to say that in the box score no matter what, and for him to throw that, it's a complete dickhead move. So I don't think there's any doubt that Pete Alonso's an absolute nozzle. The kid did get the ball back from the fan, I guess, and then Alonso did give him a bottle of tequila and a signed bat from himself. So that it's even more of a nozzle move. Hey, you don't like me. Here's an autographed bat from me to prove how much more of a dickhead I am by giving it back to you so you can remember me even more forever and ever. Just a nozzle move.
It's a school bully on your bus. Like, ooh, I like that. I like the ham sandwich your mom makes. Eat your sandwich and then autographs your lunchbox to give it back.
Give you the crust back to finish the sandwich. Here, fuck off.
Tell your mom thanks, dickweed.
At least I got a little bit of my sandwich. Just a dickhead move. Yeah, Pete Alonso, just an absolute nozzle. Here's another one. Last week, the guy that I used to quite like and listen to him a lot, I've listened to him in quite some time, but he made the news for all the wrong reasons. So I think we know which way this is going to go. But let's do this two-parter. Colin Cowherd 5 years ago, nozzle, not a nozzle.
I've listened to his thing maybe 4 or 5 times. I know he likes what he sees in the mirror a little too much, but from what comes across my feed, I'll just give him a pass. I'll say not a nozzle.
Okay, well, last week they said there was a thing that came up. I think it's on Fox Sports News and more Fox Sports or whatever it is on the more Fox Sports West. It doesn't matter what network it is. He made there was a thing quarterbacks who aren't going to win a Super Bowl, and he included it in the list. Recently deceased a year ago now, Dwayne Haskins on that list. One, obviously that's a nozzle move. Two, turns out that obviously Haskins is dead. He's not going to a Super Bowl, so he's not wrong. But it goes to show that a lot of these sportscasters, they don't really know what they're talking about a lot of time. It's just they just throw enough shit on the wall and hope something sticks.
Yeah, like I really want to think that this is a list he had maybe in the folder or for something to put out for an off day or something like that, because to mock a young man's death is ridiculous, right? Like that, I can't imagine that
I don't think he was doing it for humor. Like obviously we can laugh at it here and say, yeah, there's a good chance that Dwayne Haskins isn't winning a Super Bowl. But if you're on a nationally syndicated show, I would hope you're not making jokes about that kind of stuff. If it's just a mistake, it's a mistake. But you would think that there would be some kind of intern or somebody, fact checker, whatever it might be, or research or somebody to say this guy probably shouldn't be on this list because he's quite dead.
Well, Cowherd has a staff. He's been doing this on his own for a little bit. No? Yeah. So how that even gets to the public eye, I don't understand. And which also leads me to the second point is like he must think this is a joke. And then how do you think I can laugh at pretty much anything, but even I have my lines.
Yeah.
And I can say things to you that I'm not tweeting out to millions of people.
Yeah,
Like, and even if it's
there's a lot of stuff that we say when the old record button's not on that probably is a good thing. Let me say they're not horrible like it was 30 years ago. Like there's just some stuff that's just between you and I, and that maybe that some people would take the wrong way or and everything else. So you just don't say things right.
right. And then like I don't know, like so I got to give him the benefit of the doubt being in the public eye as long as he has that this was some sort of accident. But then yeah, the amount of people you're alienating and hurting your brand, even if it's not funny, you're hurting your brand because now there's people that are going to say no. So I'll say nozzle with a heavy dose of stupidity, with a
Like
sidecar of stupidity.
like Deanne says it all the time when she makes sure that when we're doing this with she reminds me all the time it's context, delivery, and intent, right? When you say things, and like so if you say certain things, you could, as long as you're not hurting anybody and not meaning to, and the way you say things, you can say you can get away with a lot more as long as you're not like it's context, delivery, and intent. And you just wonder what the heck that he was thinking on a day like that. Here's one that I know you're a go blue kind of guy. Nozzle, not a nozzle. Jim Harbaugh.
I think he's a huge nozzle, and I love him for it. Like he's kind of a bit of a hayseed too. He. Could you imagine walking into his closet? Like 50
Khakis and blue
pair of
shirts
fucking khakis
and
and
Michigan
blue
hats,
shirts
no matter
and
what.
Michigan hats. Yeah, and it's the same Michigan hat. He's never doing anything different. He orders a glass of milk with every steak supper. He eats steak every night. Like he's good at his job, and he runs a little hot, but he coaches my team. He's good at coach. He's good coach. Yeah, like the Ohio State University hasn't beaten Michigan in over 2.5 years, so that's a good thing. I'll give him the shit the bed against TCU, but I'll let that hayseed coach blue for a while.
He's got himself recently suspended. It's kind of an odd thing how Michigan implemented their own this was just yesterday or today that they implemented their own suspension before the NCAA did they're hoping that the rest of it just goes away. Like, no, NCAA, we'll take care of it. You back off. We'll spend it for 3 games. The games they got Eastern Carolina, UNLV, and Bowling Green. So I mean, they're gonna win. So
And then
it's
wasn't
just
that for treating a kid for a hamburger, a
something,
recruit buying
but I think then he
hamburger?
was
It's just
lying. They said he did, and so it all kind of intertwined. But it was such a nothing thing, and it was
it's
during
such a
COVID. It
nothing
was like it
thing.
was a nothing, like a nothing, and then just NCAA being the NCAA. Old Jimmy Harbaugh is a different cat. 2 more. Nozzle, not a nozzle. Fall baseball organizers.
There's different groups.
I thought I'd put you on the spot here a little bit, but yeah.
There's different groups, and there's definitely different price ranges. It's like you're shopping for a car. We go, do we want a Kia? Or do we want a Subaru? Or do we want a Cadillac here? Like, and I don't think the Cadillac ride and the Cadillac prices in fall ball have a much better ride than the Kia prices in fall ball. I'll leave it at that, but there is people with agendas that it's not about developing kids baseball.
No, it's there's a lot of different and it's the same throughout no matter what level you're at, what age group, whether it be coaches, players, parents, umpires. There's a lot of different stuff going on around the fall baseball thing for minor sports. It's for minor baseball.
So I'm describing in broad.
Interesting. It's
I'm
interesting.
describing in broad strokes, and like there is a Stratus available, but like the Kia price is here for fall ball, and there's another price for the better version of fall ball, with at a zero, like literally at a zero,
Yeah.
and then there's another price that's at another zero. Like it's almost that bad. It's not quite that bad, but it's like we're more than doubling price as we go up in the quality that they're telling us it is.
What I get a kick out of is that when the fall ball season starts, there's 0 gas in said car, and then when when the fall ball's over, there's still 0 gas in said car when it's all said and done for fall ball.
Yes,
That's my opinion.
It's a really interesting business plan for different strata.
Last one, then we'll get out of here. And I don't listen to this guy very much because I don't know how, and I don't know how much you know of this guy, but Barstool personality, Frank the Tank, nozzle or not a nozzle?
I gotta think he's a nozzle. I'm not a Barstool follower. I do follow Barstool Sports because it's kind of a fun follow, and occasionally
Yeah.
it gives me good content. But this Frank the Tank, this fat bastard that walks around as a Mets fan and freaks out, like fuck that guy. Like I never click on the video for him freaking out at Mets fan or him on the subway being a Mets fan or whatever. Like, so I think he's a total fucking nozzle. If your whole shtick is being a raging fat bastard wearing a Mets
And loud,
hat,
obnoxious, yeah.
fuck off.
It's got to be mostly a put on. It has to be. Nobody's that much of an idiot.
I
I wouldn't think.
I would hope so, but there's got to be a little bit of truth in it because, like, I imagine he got the job by being a fat, obnoxious asshole that's a Mets fan. But then this is paying the bills, so I gotta be fatter, more obnoxious, and doing it in more places. That's then this is saying all this. That's me giving this fat bastard the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, no, I think the guy's an absolute idiot. Like it's shocking the amount of press this guy gets all on a daily basis, and we're giving him more right here. But yeah, it's crazy. He's an idiot, an absolute
I
idiot.
don't get it. Is that what we got to do? Gain weight and make fools of ourselves in public?
I can't. Like, this is it, man. I look the same since fucking I was 17. It ain't changing.
Jesus. Yeah,
a little
same.
more hair now than I did when I was 17, but whatever.
I like my hair doesn't change. The only gray I get is in my sideburns and my chin.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can hit three. Do you think it's possible that I can hit 300 pounds?
I don't think it is. I actually don't think it is.
Like, I would have to stop moving.
Like, you couldn't walk your dog anymore. Your job, you'd have to, like, you wouldn't be able to, and the amount of food you'd have to eat and everything else, and just you couldn't do it. You could, I know I couldn't do it. I don't know you couldn't do it.
Don't you? Don't fat people like even burn enough calories chewing? I guess you would burn more calories. Like, it's harder to move. I don't fucking know. But
if that's what the 1420 Sports Bar podcast has to do to hit international fucking stardom, we got to find another business plan, because that one won't. I don't think that one's going to work for us by any means.
Fat bastard television.
Fat bastard incorporated. Fat loud bastard.
FBI.
Yeah. Fuck FBI. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, change it. There's a fucking next show. Fat Bastard Incorporated. Ways of success. Fuck.
Well, yeah, send in your suggestions, everybody. What fat bastards can we talk about?
Find a fat bastard. We'll get him on the show. Fuck. I can't we're talking about fat. Speaking of politically incorrect.
Well, that Frank the Tank is a fat bastard.
He's a fat bastard. Yeah. He's like Fat Bastard in those Austin Power movies. He's a fat bastard.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah,
Well,
without the
fat
Scottish
bastard.
brogue, yes.
There you go. Anyways, Dave, you're down in Whitefish for another couple days. What do you got going on tonight?
Tonight, let me check here. It looks like, because it rained all day yesterday, beautiful day out here. We are going to a Glacier Range Riders ball game. So it's minor league ball. I thought it was independent league.
It's a Pioneer League. Yeah, it's it's
Pioneer
an odd work how they send players, and there's a lot going on there. Yeah, but
nonetheless, we're going to a ball game tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow our holiday ends. Oh, there's another thing I tried. Excuse me. I saw on the Twitter machine today the very first pair of shoes of Air Jordans that Michael Jordan wore is up for auction, and it lasts for 20. I put in a bid for 200 grand. And
let's just say conversation just because that the internet broke down and then your bid went through. What do you do?
Oh, I'm gonna have to make some calls. But I would be able to finance it, but there's 22 days left in the auction. So I think
you'll be okay. Like, the internet's not going to go down for 22 days, but like, just to say for that can we.
It was 22 seconds, not 22 days, and now I got to come up with 200.
Oh fuck! No, Kaylee, it was a joke. It was a joke.
You know what she said? You call Moose right now.
Yeah, you call Moose.
Yeah,
He's already sold them. Don't worry about it. He's already sold them for a profit.
He has a guy, but he also has a fee.
Yeah. Yeah, you end up fucking in the tag for sure still.
So Moose, if you're listening, I got a bid for $200K on Michael Jordan's very first pair of Air Jordans, game worn, and
those will go.
We got 22 days to go.
I think those go for like $7 million.
We should jot that down. In 22 days. I've tagged the site, but the bid was 160K and I bumped it up to 200K.
Just right now, eh? Just don't even like 160K and one.
And 1 penny.
And one. It's like that much left. Yeah, anyways. Oh, that's fun. No, that's funny. Dave, enjoy the game tonight. We'll see you when you get back to Lethbridge. It's I'll hold the fort down here, Southern Alberta. Whoop up days are on. I was going to go to the parade today, but turns out I didn't want to.
It's funny how that happens. Is there a parade aside from a championship parade that you would ever want to go to?
Even then, it'd be. I would go to a championship parade, I guess, but like, yeah, the parade, I'm good. Yeah.
Would you rather go to the parade or go to the gathering to hear the speeches at the
gathering?
At the city park?
Gathering, because they're lit right up, and they're in one area. The whole thing, the gathering in the town square would be a lot more better than the parade.
Yeah, the energy would be pretty good, but there's also 100,000 people shoulder to shoulder, no toilets, might be hot. You might be beside the wrong person. A lot of variables there. I can watch that.
You're right. I just watch it on TV. They're all on television.
Yeah. Or just, have somebody in an office. Hey, so-and-so works at US Chase Bank. Let's go to the fucking second floor and wave and yell at them.
We'll send we'll send 1420 beat reporter there to go take care of that and be there videoing it for us to send to stream all over the world for us.
Yeah, next, if anything happens in Bloomington, we'll get the former intern on it.
There you go. Anyways, 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 Beer Sports, talking a whole lot more. Take care of each other. More importantly, take care of yourself. Need you around. Keep your stick on the ice. And what else, Dave?
Thanks for all your hard work. No swinging at high pitches, Jimmy. Sorry about that.
Jimmy. All right, guys. We'll talk to you again on Thursday night. You just listened to the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast. 4 Beer with Sports, talking a whole lot more. We are part of the Belly Up Media Network. Let's get into it.